We're here with our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies, and his number is 704-800-4719. That's very important to you. What do people need, Richard, if they want a mortgage?
Well, if they want to thinking about buying a house or refinancing a house, and they want to know what the payment would be, and they want a very detailed calculator to figure everything out, it's on my website.
Your mortgage calculator. Never heard of that until right now, but you've got it.
I've got the best one out there. It's the best one ever, I promise.
It's at homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
So, my name is Riggins.
Hey!
Hi. Hello, good morning, good afternoon. And I'm 37. Tell me about it. It's hard to believe.
That's crazy.
I know. But, you know, I was never what you would call a club rat. I was not in the clubs a lot. However, we had a couple places that we used to go in college, like two main clubs, and they each had different nights for college nights, so you go bouncing back and forth and stuff like that. And they're your traditional dance clubs. People were wearing, this was in like early 2010, maybe we were going out there. So it was a lot of the same stuff. We were wearing in college, Abercrombie, maybe American Eagle and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it was just a normal club. Were you a club guy, TJ, before you were having to go there?
Before station? I was working in there with the radio station. Yeah, a little bit. I had a short phase of that.
Tell me about one of the clubs that you would frequent in Louisiana.
Well, there's one that was the most famous in the area called the Lighthouse.
Right, I've heard of this one.
And it had the lighted dance floor and all, like in the movie Saturday Night Fever. Uh-huh. And the DJ's name was Mama T. She was about 4 feet tall and would get on the mic and just tear it up. And,
really?
Yeah, playing things like, I want to be the one you're giving your loving. You know, things like that back then. And it's like X and O, tic-tac-toe. You know, those types of things.
And were people...
it was trash.
Okay, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Do you remember it being trashy when you were there? Like,
no, I thought the first time I went, I thought that was the coolest thing. I thought I was in a movie. I thought, wow, this is awesome. And that's when
a place like this existed.
Yeah, and that's when the next day my mom was talking to me about it, and I said, but I didn't drink or anything, Mom. I was just in there enjoying the atmosphere, and I danced, and I wasn't drinking. And she goes, oh, well, that's good that you weren't drinking, but if Jesus came back, is that where you'd want him to find you?
Ew.
Yikes. I guess, and what was your response? Probably not.
It was like, no. But
and our dance clubs were all different types of people. So that one was that.
Okay, yeah. Tell me about a club you remember.
I mean, I went to that one a couple of times, but I went to the ones where there was a little more preppy.
Okay, and were people dirty dancing, or were they like smoking cigarettes? Like, what was the vibe of the club?
Just dancing, and like more of a, like, what kind of music? Like,
kind of more techno kind of stuff, you know.
Okay, and the people in your hometown, TJ, would they have looked at that club as like, oh, that we'll never make it to that. We'll never be in there.
No, it was just a different their club wasn't fun. But I went to that one too. Like, that's actually where we met.
Yeah.
Was at that fancy one. But I was working. I was part of the hired help at the radio station, and I was doing a remote broadcast from inside the club.
Were you wearing the polo with your name on it?
No. We didn't have to do that there.
You didn't have to do that.
No,
there.
It was at a different station. We were lame.
Yeah. Everybody's sharing their experience about the kind of clubs they went to. So I was curious what the clubs in northern Louisiana, middle of the state Louisiana, look like.
Yeah, well,
there was three main ones.
Yeah, the Cotton Gin,
yes,
the Bayview Yacht Club,
yes,
and the Lighthouse.
Cotton Gin and Lighthouse were good dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you like to dance.
Love it.
Yeah, you love it.
By the way, this is Jody, my wife, who's been on the show today.
Yeah.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
If you want to lose weight the safe, effective way, then you need Calotren. Calotren is not a drug, but it's scientifically proven to help you lose weight. Order it today at toploss.com. Toploss.com. It's Calotren.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Great sponsors like Jewelers on Main. located in downtown Mooresville. Go to tjriggins.com/jewel to find out more about Jewelers on Main. Again, that's tjriggins.com/jewel.
Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
So my wife Jody is here today.
Hello.
Jody, I think you know this because I think Riggins does this in front of you. But he gets a lot of laughs out of your giant glasses that you wear.
I know.
But are those big that you have there? Or he's mainly talking about those red ones that you wear? And
I have the red ones. These aren't as big as the red.
They're pretty big, though.
They are big.
Yeah.
Well, the other day, Riggins, when we were in Charleston, this is what I started to tell you the other day, and I go, "Oh, wait, we'll maybe talk about that on the TJ and Jody's House podcast." But we didn't do one this week. We had gone into a bar to have just a quick drink. We've been running around and walking on the beach and all of this stuff. We didn't have to be at this wedding we were going to until about 5. So there was a little sports bar right across the street from our hotel. So we walked over there, and it was the weekend that Alabama was playing South Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a good game going on. Not expected to be a good game, but it was a good game. So we walk into this little bar, and then the bar itself is up against the wall, and there are TVs behind the bar on the wall. And then maybe 3 steps away from that, you get into one of those half booth, half table kind of things. And she and I had to both sit on the same side in the booth part to be able to see the TV. Now, the TV we were watching was huge, and it's in this position on the wall. And then on the left side of that, on the wall, they had all of their daily specials written.
Okay.
Okay. So we're sitting there, and Jody looks, and she's like, "What?" She said, "Does that really say Monday's $25 wines?" You know, like that's not a good deal or anything. Does that really say $25 wines? And I looked at it and I said, "No, baby, that actually says Monday 75-cent wings." Put your big glasses on.
Really?
I said, "Oh my God."
That's highway robbery.
Well, I was thinking that is not a special. Like $25 wines. He goes, "That's not."
You got the 5 and the W, right? And that's about it.
And then I hysterically laughed.
Oh, yeah. And you weren't wearing those glasses?
No.
No, you got to throw them on.
Yeah.
She's the only person I know that her reading glasses, her readers,
Yeah.
she has to put on to see distance.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've
That's
never
not how those work.
No.
Everybody says that, but it works.
Yeah, I mean,
Because if
you
I
see
put
Mars with those things on.
if I put my reading glass, these that I wear in here, I can't. If you told me I need to drive with them, I'd be a danger on the road. I can't see. When I put these on, Riggins, you're so blurry. Everything has to be up close because they're just magnifiers.
Yeah. It's like looking through an aquarium.
Yeah.
You look like Harry Carey.
I see things now.
You can see
I see
everything
things
by
now.
now. All the things.
Yeah, you see $25 wines. You're seeing things that aren't even there.
Yep.
Okay.
Radio show, podcast. Get the TJ and Riggins app in your app store or at tjriggins.com/app.
Our buddy Richard Toccato is here. Yes, Richard Toccato at 704-800-4719. Now, Richard, you're a vet, so you're always going to take care of the vets. Am I right?
Absolutely. And as veteran, I understand the unique needs of those who served. And right now, if they have bought a house in the past few years, they need a rate reduction VA loan. It's simple, it's cheap, and we have the absolute best rates. I take care of my veterans. Call me at 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
The Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Make sure you go follow us on social media at TJ Riggins Show. A lot of great content up there. People love seeing Lindsay back on the show now. People love her.
I love her.
Is she all right?
Yeah,
I love her.
She all right?
she's a little much.
You're just a little much.
I'm kidding.
But Lindsay couldn't be here today, so TJ's wife Jody is here. We love Jody, but it's well known Jody does not do well with Halloween, specifically scary things. You know, TJ pointed out that when she decorates the house, she doesn't like gross. Which what? How does she say it?
No, scary stuff.
No scary stuff.
Just cute things. Cute things.
Like
pumpkin salt and pepper shaker.
So she doesn't handle the gore and horror well. But what is scarier to Jody? So Jody, I got a few questions here.
Ooh.
What's scarier, walking through a haunted house or being asked to give a last-minute speech in front of 500 people?
Ooh, that's a good one.
She's got a fear of public speaking.
Haunted house.
That's worse.
Yeah.
Oh, she's an old pro now at performing
No,
in
I'm
front
not.
of people.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
What's scarier to Jody, getting seated next to a screaming baby on a plane or sitting next to somebody with awful body odor on a long flight?
Body odor.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Huh? Put on some deodorant.
Yeah.
What's scarier, forgetting to pay your mortgage or forgetting TJ's birthday completely?
Mortgage.
Yeah, that would freak her out more.
Yeah. She handles all the bills and stuff.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Would you rather be in a room full of spiders or snakes, Jody?
Spiders.
Spiders.
Spiders or rats?
Spiders.
Still spiders, really. Would you rather find a human finger in your backyard or a complete stranger's family photo album underneath your bed?
Photo album under the bed.
Yeah, because you're like, who's been in my house? Let's see here. Would you rather fall from an airplane or stay for an hour inside a whale's stomach?
Oh.
That's scarier. You'll survive both.
I will?
Yeah.
I'll go into the stomach.
Really?
I like
Yeah.
seafood.
Kind of stinks in here, but it's all right. What would you, TJ, you don't have a fear of heights, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but not plane heights. Like being on top of a building or on a bridge, like a footbridge,
Yeah.
like that one. Was it Grandfather Mountain?
Yeah.
That freaks
Oh, the
me out.
swinging bridge, too. Yeah.
And which one would you rather, which is worse to you, sitting next to a crying baby or somebody with BO?
Oh, BO. That's worse.
You're very
Yeah.
sensitive to body odor and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the crying baby, you know,
It's not their fault, obviously.
right.
But,
And I've been around crying babies.
Yeah.
I mean, I work with you every day.
Oh, waka waka.
And then final question for Jody. What's scary, walking in on your parents having an argument or walking in on them playing the piano? Having
Ugh. Piano. Gross.
It'd be the worst, right?
Yes.
Never happened, did it?
No. Gag. Ugh.
Well, I was just saying,
Stop.
walking in on your parents having an argument, that was, you know,
That was your life every day, right?
That was kindergarten through high school.
You would have been thrilled to see them playing the piano.
Oh yeah. If I ever saw them holding hands, I'd be like, "Oh my God, what's going on?"
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Hey, it's TJ, and I am not going to be playing golf November 11th at Northstone Country Club in Huntersville for our golf tournament, but I am going to be there to thank you for your support of Peyton's Promise, our charity, and what we're doing to help with Hurricane Helene relief. Get signed up today at tjriggins.com/golf. That's tjriggins.com/golf.
The Week in Review is possible thanks to Liqueur. Liqueur is the hangover solution. It's a gummy containing DHM, a natural extract that can help you defeat the effects of having one too many cocktails. Get 20% off your order at Liqueur at acetj.com/hangover.
This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Hey, Riggins, did you get in on any of that Juul lawsuit money, that class action suit for the Juul vape stick thing?
No. And I've been seeing everybody post about how they got these Venmo transactions from like this random class action lawsuit. I'm livid.
Yeah, Juul settled the class action lawsuit for $300 million. And so people who were part of it, and depending on how long you were vaping with the Juul, determines how much money you got. So
I saw
some people were getting like $3,000 just out of nowhere. You know?
down to $50 or something. But I was on the Juul before anybody else. They screwed up those big cloud blowers, screwed it up for everybody. And yeah, I could have gotten a lot of money. Everybody was like, "What is that?" I was like, "It's a Juul. It's incredible. It's changed my life."
So you got somebody, your average vape person, just looking up and they got $3,000 in their Venmo.
Hell yeah.
That's a lot of craft beer and Imagine Dragon tickets.
Hell yeah. I can't get to
$3,000.
I can't get to that smoke shop fast enough, baby. Trying to get me some juice. Some zombie skin juice. Yeah, I didn't get a thing.
Mm-hmm. You could have bought some new skateboard stickers or something.
Heck yeah, I could have gone to Hot Topic, gotten a new stud belt and a lava lamp and a fart spray. I could have done a lot of stuff with that money.
Because you don't fit the vape stereotype, do you?
No, I don't. But it's so funny. Last time I went to the vape shop, I got there a half hour early because we were out early at work. And an old guy was in there driving like a 1950s pickup truck. He's in the vape shop. So when he leaves, I walk in there. I'm like, oh, she goes, yeah, we open early for him because he likes to show up early. And I'm like, I just had a curiosity. Like, what is he buying? Because everything in the vape shop is like, yeah, zombie skin brain blueberry juice. I'm like, this guy's vaping out in his truck. I mean, he's an old time. He's wearing overalls. So yeah, they said they made him like a vanilla tobacco e-juice that he can vape.
Oh, but he's not doing like the Delta 9 or Delta 8 stuff.
Maybe he did, but she
Getting
didn't.
that head right.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's just there for the nicotine. But yeah, maybe he is. Rolling a big fatty after plowing the fields or whatever he was doing. Harvesting the grain. I don't know.
But I mean, he's got to be spending a lot of money for them to open early for him.
Yeah, she goes, yeah, he shows up about once a month, and we always open up about a half hour early for him.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was super nice.
Yeah.
That's my wife, Jody, who's in today. Have you heard Riggins talk about what it's like when he goes to the vape shop?
No.
How he feels so out of place and trashy?
Yeah,
You do.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a trashy. I mean, it's smoking. It's like going into a cigarette store. It's the new version of that. You just feel like, ooh, I got to get out of here. But they're so nice.
Say people are always nice.
They're incredibly nice and super ready to help you and stuff like that. But yeah, they do open later than most businesses.
They do.
And sometimes
they're a little slow on the.
So sometimes not the time that it even says on the door that they're supposed to open.
There's so many of them too.
Yeah.
So many vape stores. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just feel a little out of place. Like TJ getting caught in the club. Is that where you want Jesus to find you? I don't want Jesus to come back and find me in a vape store. That's not going to look good for me.
Yeah, especially since they don't make your flavor anymore. Did you ever find the one that you like as well? I know you got one that you go to.
They have to special order. I'm the only person that buys it because everything is like blueberry lemonade. I'm like, y'all make a vanilla? It just tastes like a vanilla. They're like, no. We've got vanilla ice cream. We've got vanilla and strawberries. I'm like, no, just give me a vanilla. I want plain.
We have lemon curd.
Donut.
Available 24/7 on the free TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
The TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show is brought to you by Richard Toccato Companies, expert and trusted mortgage broker servicing North and South Carolina since 1999. It's a free 5-minute phone call away, 704-800-4719, or log on to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins show.
Well, tonight is game one of the World Series. Dodgers, Yankees. Tickets are more expensive than ever. Not surprising.
Yeah.
Inflation. They're saying this is an inflation problem, but I saw that the average price of the resale ticket for game one is, I think they said $3,800.
That's insane.
No.
For a single ticket to one baseball game.
Do you know how many handbags I can get for that?
That's true.
No.
Lindsay, your husband played professional baseball. Did
Yeah.
you? And you didn't know him when.
I didn't, sadly. I got none of that money.
Would you be able to swing a $3,800 ticket for anything that he would be like totally fine with?
No, nothing. I don't even think he would let me pay for that if he was pitching. I mean, that's insane.
You don't need to come.
Yeah.
How does that compare to like the Super Bowl? Do we know? I don't remember what those were, but like.
Yeah, I think it's far. I don't know. I shouldn't say anything.
But there's like you got to go to 4 different games to get the whole series at least for this one, so it's a little different at least.
Yeah. So tonight is game one, and they'll be in New York on Monday, I believe, for Game 2. So a lot of people are excited for that. What else is going on? We're just a couple of weeks away from the election, so everything now trending revolves around the election. But I think people are kind of over talking about it.
I think so.
I'm okay with doing that as well.
Yeah, same.
Yes, please.
Venom: The Last Dance is the new movie in theaters. This is the third. Lindsay, I know you're pumped about this. This is the third Venom movie starring Tom Hardy. And Venom is basically like bad Spider-Man, right, Rob?
It's very similar, but he's not a bad guy. He's what they call an anti-hero. He does bad things, but he also does a lot of good things as well.
I know anti-hero from Taylor Swift. Is that similar?
I think she has the same premise. Like she's saying that she's not a bad guy, but she's not a good guy, I guess.
Okay. And I like Tom Hardy, but I'm not going to like the movie. So.
Yeah.
I remember when Lindsay was with us the first time, she and I went to go see The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and she did not like it.
No.
And I just call him bad Spider-Man because I think that upsets Rob.
It doesn't make me feel good. You're right.
His hair is like standing up on the back of his neck.
I don't love it. And it's a shame. TJ's going to be here in just a minute. He's running a little bit late. But today's National Breadstick Day. And he was the first person to tell me the hack about going into Olive Garden, getting the soup and salad that comes with breadsticks, and then you order a side bowl of their Alfredo sauce, and you use the Alfredo sauce as the dipper for the breadstick.
It's genius.
It's incredible. It's so good.
Yeah. Did I learn that from TJ or from you, Lindsay? Because I feel like you...
It's something I would do, but sadly, no, I've never done it. I didn't know.
I've done it for a long time, but I remember TJ bringing it up before.
So then you just pay for the bread, or you're not pay. Those are free.
Yeah, you get the breadsticks free.
Yeah.
So it's like $5. So your bill's like $5.
Yeah. Well, then you order the Alfredo.
The Alfredo is also endless now.
Well, listen,
for the breadsticks. So if you just want to go load up on Alfredo breadsticks, you can do it at the Olive Garden.
Unlimited Alfredo sauce.
Should we go for like work purposes?
I don't know if we can write that off.
Grab the card. Grab the card. Let's go.
So I had a busy day yesterday. I spent the night out of state. That might be interesting. I had a long morning as well. So I'll tell you all about it. Coming up next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey, Fanaticos, make sure you go to acetj.com/gift and order one of these cool Wally Jr. MagSafe phone wallets like I have. Save 20% with the promo code ACETJ at acetj.com/gift. Hey, it's TJ, and there is a great place that you need to check out. Well, if you love delicious food with a great, comfortable atmosphere, then you need to check it out. It is called Blackfin Ameripub. It's in the Ballantyne area of Charlotte, and it is absolutely wonderful. Everything you want, including entertainment. That's right. They bring the entertainment as well as the delicious food and great atmosphere. You're going to love this place just as much as we do. Go to acetj.com/blackfin to find out all the information. acetj.com/blackfin.
Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. I don't know where has anybody checked on TJ? We got to get him here. What's he dealing with?
I don't know what the holdup is, but I know he's OTW currently.
He's on the way. All right, very good. Praying for TJ. keep TJ in your prayers, please.
Prayer.
He'll be here shortly. But first of all, I got a question. Who did this? I walked to go get coffee in our studio. And what I see back there is a half-eaten miniature Reese's.
Who do you think did that?
Well, it's broken in half. It's opened and broken in half, like saving it for later or for somebody else to have it. I'm assuming this is a Lindsay move.
It's not, but me and TJ are right on the same page, so he did it.
Wait,
Unless Rob...
No, there's no way I'm opening
way.
a Take 5 and it's not gone.
See, TJ, we're like... soulmates, but not really. Like we split things and we save it for later. Like we're little hoarders.
Oh.
So we want to just eat a little bit and then not go back to it, maybe forget about it.
Right.
So we don't get the calorie intake.
So TJ did this.
Of course.
And he left it back there, I'm assuming, so you would have the other half?
Yes. And now that I know it's there, I'm going to eat it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if he was saving it for himself, though?
He might have been. I don't know. We like to split these a lot of things.
Yes, this would have been a sweet gesture for TJ.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
I did see it yesterday. It made me angry.
Yeah, I mean, who does that? So it's just crazy. I've had a long morning, and it started with a long day yesterday. Now, I know Lindsay's very busy, and she's actually busy. When I say I'm busy, I mean, like I had to do one thing. And, you know, I don't have any kids. I got a dog and that's it. But yesterday I'm driving home from work and then I called my parents because they bought a new car recently. So I was like, I wanted to check and see how the new car was doing. And they tell me, oh, we're actually on our way to Atlanta for the weekend. They go down there quite a bit to see my brother and his kids. So they said, feel free to stop by the house if you want. Mom's got a bunch of stuff in the freezer for you. And I went, hell yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So I went to my house, picked up my dog, drove to South Carolina, and let me tell you, I cleaned them out.
They're gonna think someone broke in and stole her.
You remember that scene from How the Grinch Stole Christmas when he takes all the presents and then the rat finds the crumb and he comes back, he's like, give me that crumb. I forgot something.
You're like stuffing it in your bag.
I really was. I mean, I grabbed so many bags, and I'm talking loose stuff. I grabbed individual rolls of toilet paper, a cup of laundry detergents. That stuff's expensive, y'all.
Yes.
That stuff's really expensive. So
Give me some pods.
I threw a couple in a Ziploc. I mean, I got a frozen meatloaf, took a frozen pizza, lunch meat, cheeses, crackers, open bags of chips, pasta sauces, chili mixes, salt and pepper.
That's
I took their salt and pepper, y'all.
You're just like on their shelves, running your arm across, putting it in a bag.
You're like, times are tough, Mom.
Times are tough, and I did put something back so they wouldn't have to come back from Atlanta with nothing to eat. But there's not
That's nice of you.
Yeah, it was nice of me, but there's not going to be a lot to eat. That's all I'm going to say. So we got more coming up next.
Radio show, podcast. Get the TJ and Riggins app in your app store or at tjriggins.com/app.
Hey, it's TJ, and I am not going to be playing golf November 11th at Northstone Country Club in Huntersville for our golf tournament, but I am going to be there to thank you for your support of Peyton's Promise, our charity, and what we're doing to help with Hurricane Helene relief. Get signed up today at tjriggins.com/golf. That's tjriggins.com/golf. Our buddy Richard Toccato is here. Yes, Richard Toccato at 704-800-4719. Now, Richard, you're a vet, so you're always going to take care of the vets. Am I right?
Absolutely. And as veteran, you know, I understand the unique needs of those who served. And right now, if they have bought a house in the past few years, they need a rate reduction VA loan. It's simple, it's cheap, and we have the absolute best rates. I take care of my veterans. Call me at 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
The Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
I had to jump off my battery this morning in my truck. That's why I was running late. And when I was touching all the stuff, I was like, ooh, people really do this?
For a living.
Ew.
Crazy boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were worried about you.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was worried about y'all too.
Good.
Really?
Yeah. I was worried that y'all were going to be so upset that I wasn't here yet that you would just start ripping the room apart. You know, like you're at an asylum or something. So it's spooky season. Yesterday, my wife was in here and sitting in for Lindsay, and we talked about throughout the show how terrified she is of haunted houses.
Yeah.
But we were talking about the kind of haunted houses with theater nerds in them, you know, playing parts and all. Mm-hmm. And I can say that I was a theater nerd.
Sure, you are.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I was also a really cool kid and you know, decorated athlete, but whatever. But we've talked about this before, Riggins, where would it bother you if there was a house that you liked and you it was in your price range if somebody had been murdered in it, like if it was a murder scene?
Yeah, it would
and
bother me.
you said you wouldn't want that house.
No, I wouldn't.
Would you, Lindsay?
Nope, not moving in.
Rob, would you?
I don't think I could deal with it.
Okay. All right. So those are the three millennials in the room.
That's us.
Admittedly.
But for me, if it's a good price and it's been cleaned up, it's been properly done, and the people who murdered them wasn't the next door neighbor who got away with it, then I don't care. I would buy that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no!
What if it's a family that got murdered? Like more than one person, you still don't care?
Yeah. No, I mean, it depends on how long it's been.
It couldn't
but
be
I-
last week.
Yeah. I mean, it couldn't still
okay.
be crime tape up out there. But I mean, it's like they had the opportunity and they showed you the paperwork where the trauma cleaning crew, came in and did all the stuff. And there was nothing left behind that would show that there was a murder scene.
No stains or anything.
Right. Squishing in the carpet.
What if they sprayed that luminol and you knew that that there was something under there, but you couldn't see it? It wasn't plain to you still wouldn't care.
Well, no, that would be on the list of things that they would have to, the homeowner, whoever owned it at that point, would have to fix.
Okay.
You go through and you do your little punch list of things like after the inspection, you got an inspector to go look at it, and they say you need to have this done. Check the pan in the AC unit up in the attic, that sort of thing. I just put that on the punch list.
Okay.
Just add it right on there.
But I mean, you could take luminol and spray it in here, and it would probably show up some stuff that would gross people out.
Absolutely.
I don't want to know what.
You really don't.
You don't even have to have any of the luminol. You can just turn the light on in here.
Yeah.
It's like, how long has that garbage been sitting there?
Right.
Oh, which reminds me, Lindsay, I don't know whether this is going to offend you or not, but Riggins did something yesterday that you may not like, you may take offense to.
I'm already offended.
So we'll get to that next.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Ladies, I know you want your men to be more like me, so you can start by getting the guy in your life the Wally Jr. MagSafe phone wallet from Distill Union. Save 20% now when you use the promo code ACETJ at acetj.com/gift.
Lily & Grace is the future of home furnishings. It's a one-stop shop for everything your home needs, built from a lifetime of experience in the interior design and home renovation businesses. Visit them online at lilyandgrace.com or visit them in person in Mooresville, North Carolina.
This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Hey, we got that week in review song coming up in just a few minutes. You don't want to miss that. It's coming up in less than 30, probably. So Lindsay, at this point, works on the show 3 days a week because she's a mama and she's got 2 little babies that are under 5. And her husband is one of those, suckers who married a woman that's going to make him work, so he has to work.
How stupid.
Got him.
So she's 3 days a week, and it's usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But this week it's been Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So on the Tuesday and Thursday, we had other people fill in for Lindsay. On Tuesday, it was our friend Amanda Riggin, who runs an operation, a charity organization called Hungry Heroes. She was in for the whole show. And yesterday was my wife, Jody. Now, Lindsay, it had been 8 years since you had worked with us. Mm-hmm. And you came in on the first day. And the room in this studio and all was not clean. It didn't have any snacks and stuff in it and all of that stuff. And it just looked like a bunch of guys had been working in there. Right?
Yeah.
So when Amanda Riggin worked Tuesday, same thing. Mm-hmm. But when we got in yesterday, Riggins had tidied up the place. He had taken the garbage out. He wiped all the desks down. He sprayed air freshener in here.
Mm-hmm.
Put out a candy dish for
Yeah, put out
For Jody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do feel like he just wants Jody on the show permanently because he kept saying, now Jody is funny. This morning before you got here, now she is just funny. Step up, Lynn. She's hilarious. No, I know she is, and I love her, but...
Can I defend myself? Is that
No, I don't think there's any defending.
Okay.
I don't think it's bad, but yeah, go ahead. I'm not saying it as a negative thing. I'm just saying
it's great.
well? It's rubbed Lindsay the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm upset, but
I mean,
that doesn't count.
she's it's Jody. She's this a larger than life figure, and I've known her for a long time, and I know she's also hypercritical of our studio, and she just got a lot to say about it. So I just wanted to take every precaution to just sort of clean up a little bit so we didn't have to hear it.
And what
all
I'm
morning.
hearing is I'm one of the dudes now. That's what I'm hearing.
Not
You're
now.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, been
Yeah.
that
But
way
Ben-
for 20 years.
Yeah,
I gotta step my game up.
one of the boys.
But Jody does whenever there's a deep cleaning in here done. Jody does it. She'll come up on the weekends or something and do it. Because she'll look at me just out of nowhere. Sometimes we're just minding our business, looking at our phones in the same room, not talking to each other. You know the usual.
Yeah.
And she'll just look over at me and go, "It could be 10 o'clock at night on Friday. I bet I really need to get in there and clean that studio, don't I?"
Exactly.
Like, where did that come from? Why are you thinking about that right now?
It eats at her. It just
does.
eats.
It does.
Despite Riggins cleaning it up a little bit yesterday, she still came in and had that same
Mentality.
She's like, I gotta get in here soon.
Yeah, but she was just looking at the baseboards and things like that. Like, she needs to come in and do some deep cleaning.
Yeah.
That's what she loves it.
I love her.
She loves doing it.
Well, Jody, you're funny, you're clean, you're beautiful, you're smart. Oh, yeah.
She was even wearing an aloe hat
I
yesterday.
saw. Super cute.
She's like, "Lindsay will never be able to wear hers again after I've been on here doing it." No,
Available 24/7 on the free TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here. 704-800-4719. So what's up with the feds?
The feds have lowered the rate at more than we thought they would. So that means it's a time to refinance your home. Get out of your high mortgage rate that you received over the past few years when you bought a house. We'll do a rate and term. It's very simple, very inexpensive, and you won't even have to have a house payment until 2025.
It's crazy. So call them today, 704-800-4719 or homewithrichard.com for the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Hey, it's TJ, and I am not going to be playing golf November 11th at Northstone Country Club in Huntersville for our golf tournament, but I am going to be there to thank you for your support of Peyton's Promise, our charity, and what we're doing to help with Hurricane Helene relief. Get signed up today at tjriggins.com/golf. That's tjriggins.com/golf.